What's going on, everybody? Neo17 here, and today we got a lot of things to cover. I mean, a lot of things to cover. So I just got done watching the Direct, which was interesting, and now I just got done watching the Treehouse event. I watched it twice because I wanted to really kind of take in everything they were saying. I was on Discord with my friends, and I couldn't really understand everything, so I wanted to try and make sure I give as much of an accurate picture to you guys as I can in terms of what's actually going on in the game. But before I start the video, if you guys like and want more Pokemon content, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be pushing out Sword and Shield information like hell as we go through the news cycle. So any support you guys can provide is greatly appreciated. Now, what I want to talk about today is Pokemon difficulty. So one of the first things I noticed in this game is that it definitely seems like there's going to be some pretty, possibly difficult circumstances in the game. They've actually included difficulty as an aspect of this game, of the core game, as you're playing through it, which is really cool. So what do I mean by that? Let's hop in to one of the first bits I noticed in watching the show. So I don't have the music on, and I have slowed the speed down. So I'm trying not to get freaking copyright struck or whatever the hell. So I may end up adding some screen effects or something just so I don't get blocked. But let's see what's going on here. So what I'd like to do, let's fast forward a little bit. Grookey. Alright, yeah, Metapod was actually pretty cool. Let's keep going. Alright, so we're getting right here, about right here. Let me slow it down a little bit more, just so I don't get pwned. Okay, so one of the cool things is, right now, you see Scorbunny is level 14, 12. So right now we have Scorbunny's level 12 and Machopp's level 14. So Machop is higher level than you. But really the key part of this is while they're in the wild area, if I fast forward a little bit more, we see a wild Machoke. So the interesting thing is about this, we've seen in past Pokemon games, whenever there's a second or third stage evolution in the wild, typically they're like the same level. Graveler, for example, in Victory Road. You know, Golbat in some of the tunnels. They're really along the same levels as a Zubat you're running into, maybe like 2 levels higher. But the difference here is you see an overworld Pokemon that's like second stage evolution, like Machoke, for example. We're going to play this and I want to show you guys exactly what it is I'm talking about. So he whistles for the Machoke and it comes running over to him, which is super cool, by the way. Machoke looks powerful. And we're going to start this battle here. Look at that animation, though. Oh, it's so cool. He's going to send out a Scorbunny. And then we're going to notice something very interesting here with the Machoke when we start the battle. Machoke is level 26, my dude. Scorbunny is level 12. So they made it a point to highlight this in the treehouse, mainly because they want to show that, hey, you can hit some rough patches and it can happen like that. So basically what Game Freak did here was took a page out of Monolith Soft's book when it came to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and really wanted to make sure that no matter where you're at in the game, of course we don't really know where this is, but no matter where you're at in the game, you could run into something that can just shit on your day. And I think that is awesome. Like, I know in the past we've all talked about like this open world Pokemon game. We want to be able to see mons that are like higher level than ours. We want to be able to just get pwned if that happened to be the case, and they've done it. So to me, this is a really, really cool aspect of Pokemon Sword and Shield because it adds some flavor and some surprise to the game. And they kind of didn't think about the kid aspect, right? Because this is a game for kids. They thought of us longtime players here in this, which is, I thought, really, really cool. So I'm going to continue to play it a little bit, and then you're going to see this Scorbunny. So naturally you would think Scorbunny is really fast, let's just run away from the Machoke. I'm going to get pwned. I don't think I can fight this thing. I love how the camera pans too, man, it looks so good. Looks so good. The trainer's relatively close to Scorbunny too, which is pretty normal, I guess. I would think he'd be standing back a little further, but let me fast forward a little bit here. So as you can see, he tried to, where'd it go? He tried to run away, and then the Machoke used Vital Throw. Done. Done. So Scorbunny got completely owned. Now the thing about it is too, so now you're going to be given the option, he got damaged by the hail. Now you're going to be given the option to run away or switch out into a new Pokemon. And they're going to choose to run away. And they actually get to do so. So that can kind of be a catch, right? It's like, yeah, it's a hard Pokemon. You can't run away. Your lead Pokemon's probably going to faint, but you can just run away after. So I was kind of hoping there that he would not be able to run away and that they would have to actually battle this thing and possibly faint. And maybe that's the case during the actual gameplay and not for the Treehouse event because they wanted to keep showing the game. But anyways, I thought that was really cool. That's one aspect of the difficulty that they've added. The next is actually with the online stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop over here. As you guys saw in the thumbnail when I posted this, they show for the online raid battles, they show your team members, the Pokemon they're using, and in the top left hand corner they have the difficulty of the raid boss. In this case, Steelix is 3 stars. I would like to think it's similar to Pokemon Go in terms of how they rate the difficulty of the bosses you're fighting. So what, 5 stars I think is the max. So Steelix is a 3-star here. And there are some key points during this battle that I want to highlight that makes it difficult. It's not just that Steelix is strong. There's some mechanics they've added into the game that make the battle itself difficult, not just based on Steelix is going to blow me back or whatever the case is. So let's fast forward here a little bit. I want to get to that. Let's see some damage on the Steelix. So Clara is going to go for the bulk up. Communicating. Oh, wouldn't that have been bad if they had lag issues? Okay. The car's gonna use bulk up. And I like how the trainers are kind of like spread out too. That makes it pretty cool. It's not like they're all just lined up all awkward like. So Arcanine here is going to use Flame Charge. So level 3 boss, Arcanine or Flame Charge is a physical based move. Steelix has OP defense, like super OP defense. So let's see what this Arcanine's Flame Charge does. That's all. That's really it. So it's pretty crazy. It's actually going to take quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of moves to really get this thing down. Arcanine Speed Rose. And then I think Ludicolo is going to pop off. Oh, okay, Togekiss is going to pop off a Reflect. So that is a pretty dope animation for Reflect. So you're going to be able to protect your entire team here in hopes that Steelix doesn't completely pwn you. And Ludicolo is going to use Scolds to see where its HP is now, and then when it did that damage. So that's actually a good amount of damage. That really is. If Lucario had used Metal Sound and then Ludicolo attacked with Scald, that would have done more damage. But given the fracture of its health, it's really not. And I'm going to get into another point here in a second in terms of difficulty. And it's going to be very important to note when Steelix actually attacks. You're also going to be able to burn the wild bosses. So this is going to hurt Steelix even more. So if you come across a crazy level 5 boss, you can add some status effects to help you out. Which is just normal to a regular. So Steelix right now is using Max Rockfall. This is his first attack. So what you're going to see here, he's going to get this giant wall of Rock Slate. Is going to drop it on your fucking head. Boom! Got him. And that's going to actually damage all of your Pokemon, I believe. If not, it hit the Ludicolo, and now you see the Sandstorm effect. So not only did he attack and damage you, the result of the attack was a weather effect, which is now Sandstorm, which gives Steelix automatically an advantage, which is really, really cool. Just the thought process that they did this tells me where their mind was, and that's what I get excited about. A Sandstorm kicked up. Pokemon buffeted. So now all 4 of the Pokemon are going to get hit by the Sandstorm, just like any other battle. And then, okay, let's try and skip this here. I'm not trying to see that. They all get buffeted already. Okay, so that was a move that Steelix used. So Steelix attacked one time. So let's see what happens here. Fast forward. Communicating. Come on. Oh crap. So he's going to actually go ahead and Dynamax his Arcanine. With the Sandstorm. Still going on. So now we're kind of on a level playing field. It's like Arcanine's obviously going to blow back this Steelix because Steelix is weak to fire. But the caveat to that is... Oh wait, did I miss it? Yeah. So you're going to be given the same abilities that the raid boss battle, or the raid boss is, or has access to. So one cool thing about this is Arcanine's going to use Max Flare, which is, I'm assuming, just a fire attack for its Gigamax form. And then when he uses it, you're going to see the damage here it does to Steelix. Did a good chunk of change there. Did a good chunk of change. And see, Steelix had the Sandstorm going on, so now, similar to Steelix earlier, Arcanine's Max Flare is going to bring out a Drought. So you can cancel out the other Mon's weather effect with a move of your own that will give it a type advantage or a weather effect in your advantage. So the thing you got to watch out for though with that, Ludicolo earlier in the battle used Scald. So with Drought now taking effect, Scald's going to do less damage to Steelix. So it's one of those things you kind of have to think about, like, which again is really, really cool. Lucario's going to use Power Punch, that's not going to do a damn thing. And then what I want to show you guys next is probably the most important part for me, and where it can get really, really hard if you're battling like a Weavile or something like that. So Togekiss is going to use, for some reason, Dazzling Gleam. I don't know why. That did more damage than it should have, in my opinion. But Steelix is really especially weak. Steelix is getting desperate. Its attacks are growing more aggressive. So you're going to get this pop up. Again, this is the most important thing when it comes to the difficulty. Steelix is actually going to put up a barrier. Okay? This got me so excited. It's like, holy shit, this is going to get hard. So Steelix is going to put up a 5-bar barrier. A mysterious barrier appeared in front of Steelix and is protecting it from all attacks. All attacks. So Ludicolo is smart, went with a Solar Beam knowing that Drought is out, which is a really good idea. Now let's hit this thing with a Solar Beam. And see how much damage it does. Nothing. No damage at all. All it did was take away 1 barrier point. So that's essentially, that's 5 turns. You're not going to be able to damage this thing. Unless you all just attacked at the same time and did something strong enough to knock out 2 bars. Which is crazy. And I'm going to tell you why it's crazy. So, we took away the 1 bar. Steelix is now going to use Sand Tomb on Lucario. So we all know the effects of Sand Tomb. It's going to continue to hurt Lucario. Trapped in Quicksand. Steelix is going to attack again. Back-to-back turns. Steelix now gets to attack us. Imagine if you're fighting Weavile. Or anything that's relatively fast and attacky. Dude. You can get blown back so quick. I can definitely see where this would be hard. Now, what I'm interested to note and see is, will every boss have the barriers ability? Or is it only with Steelix because his defense is so high? My assumption is, it's going to be with every Mon. And there's going to be caveats to different raid bosses, I hope. But this just gives me so much excitement from the online perspective, and how they've added difficulty into the main game that you're playing without online connectivity, and then when you're playing online with your friends. So they really put into perspective the fact that the older players wanted a difficult game, which to me makes me really, really happy. And that's really all that touches on the difficulty aspect. So Steelix is now going to use that, and then they kind of end up taking it away and taking away the barriers eventually. So now Steelix is prone again. And then Arcanine's going to finish it off with the Max Flare. So that's really all that I got for the difficulty and what I was able to see and analyze what makes this game more difficult and how they've gone ahead and implemented that. So let me know what you guys think about difficulty in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Have they done enough for you to make the game challenging, you think? And have they done enough for you to make this an enjoyable, challenging game? Do you think this is something you could definitely see being like, holy crap, like this could actually be, I'm actually going to have to think about what we're doing? I think so. Especially, like I said, if you come across a Mon that's OP as shit and you're just like, holy crap, I got to do something here. So I thought it was really cool. Let me know what you guys think about the difficulty. Go ahead, if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more Pokemon Sword and Shield videos as we go through the news cycle. I will have a few up today, and then I'll continue to post throughout the week as new revelations come out. So thank you guys very much for watching. I greatly appreciate all your support. Nito17, I'm out this bitch. Bye!